this is real life live. We're gonna do something different this day, this afternoon. Uh, we're gonna talk about well, what you see on the board. I see AI on there. Well, we're talking about that again. So well, it's here, and we're gonna talk about a few things. We're gonna talk about what I saw on program I saw. About airplanes and things like that. A couple of crashes. Well, these things they were things that happened uh, more often back then than they do today. But I saw it, so it just broke. Flash or whatever. So when you when we talked about AI, which I did the last time, I talked about. I said, hey, they're kind of getting into everything, and so I have the app. I think it says Nova, and it's you can look at well, for instance, you can look at you can uh, Taylor Swift. You can talk to a doctor, basically a robot. That's a doctor, and basically a writer. But I say it in one of my earlier videos. Robots are robots. So, but they're incorporating them. Okay, so it says here education. They having them there. A math teacher, professor, your lawyer, uh, relationship doctor. Everything. This and that. So now it's all over. But one thing I don't want to see. I don't want to see AI on the airplane, or a AI pilot. I need a human being, somebody that feels something. So if something goes south, you know, then or sideways, that pilot's gonna feel it like I do. If you got a robot, he ain't gonna feel it. And by the way, the airplane, it never feels anything. They just run into things. Yeah. So yeah, I was thinking. I saw this program though. Okay, it was about the airline and the things you do and don't do. And so we talk about this one crash that I saw. All right. Uh, well, now, uh, what happened though? Turns out that there was a issue with the crew. Okay, there was a domineering captain, and then his crew. And the crew they listened to the captain. He was the boss. And I'm looking at that kind of stuff. I looked at the program and I said, well, okay, yeah, he's the boss, but we I thought we were a crew, and I was listening to the show, and they did say that, the crew they have to work together, because it's a big deal. Okay, we can ready all these passengers on this deal. I think it was like 280 people on there, and you got to be everything's got to be right if you're going in the air. Okay, let's see. Well, what happened was there was a big jam up, this and that. Everybody's running around. Things weren't in order. Okay, so the captain and the captain, they want the captain wants to leave, but couldn't do it. He got anxious. Yeah, well, we're gonna do it anyway. So here we go. I mean, but there was a plane on the runway, and you see what I'm saying? It was sitting there because it had to sit there because there was no other, place to go. So It was a plane on the runway, and then then the plane that the captain I was talking about, he wants to go so bad, he's gonna try to take off anyway. Okay, this is how it went down. Okay, so but here's what happened. But the co-captain, he's like, well, wait a minute, we didn't get clearance to take off. And the captain said, yeah, all right, well, check. See, can we get it? And still didn't get it. But then, some time, comes, goes by, and the captain's getting more and more anxious. He's talking about we got to get back to where we came from, because if we don't get back on time, we might get demoted and all kind of issues. That shouldn't be in play. We talking about a trip here, and we have all these passengers on board, so all that shouldn't be an issue, but it was. All right, so the captain, he's getting ready, and the co-captain, he knew he shouldn't do it, and the captain, he just said, "Hey, I'm taking off." All right, so he's going, and the co-captain looked like, he wanted to say something, but he didn't. Oh, well, that's too bad. Okay, as as you see on the video, it would be a Mayday, but all right, but so he's taking off, but boom, he basically goes and damn near knocks off the top of the airplane that's sitting on the runway. So he's in the air, but he just took off damn near the top of the plane. Oh, idiotic, man. And this captain was supposed to be the number one guy, on their airline. Okay, so as you can see, that was just horrible. But I saw it, and ended up the captain was to blame, But the result was because the co-captain didn't, didn't stand up and say, "Hey, captain, we're a crew here, and you're not supposed to take off. And we didn't get clearance, so we can't take off." And you don't just sit back like he did though. When the captain said, "I'm taking off," what I would have did, "No, you ain't, man. We got to wait, because we got all these people." But he didn't do it, and the captain took off, and boom, there you go. Was it damn near 500 people got killed just because the captain wanted to, he was in a hurry, and the co-captain didn't say nothing. He could have stopped it too, and just the whole thing was messed up. And you can't have this honor system, when you get ready to take people on airplane. The crew has to work together. None of that honor and this and that. Or I didn't want to say him because he's the captain, and I didn't want to, upset his authority. Bullshit. You're in there, one mistake, you're gone, and that's what happened. And he made a bad decision. The captain did. So actually, but I saw some, and I was looking at the program. I saw some other things where simple things, sort of like the maintenance guy. It was one, he didn't check something. Under the plane, he covered up something, shouldn't have covered it up. Boom, it messed up the system. Boom, the plane crashed, gone. Okay, it's all about bunch of now. Don't be, don't trip. These things happen. Last 3 or 4, 5 years. They not recently. Okay, they cleaned it up. They had to. I'm looking at some stuff happened, years ago. But I was looking at it. All right, so nowadays, that doesn't happen as much, but it does happen. You know, it does happen. So that's what I'm saying. Let's keep the AI out of the airplane. We don't want to see. We don't. I don't want to. And by the way, a robot. I don't think they can say Mayday, can they? Well, but they get Mayday, Mayday. But whatever. But hey, and I don't want to hear the end. So that's what I'm talking about. I was kind of, when I heard that about the AI, and they were saying about airplanes and everything, and I said, oh, wait a minute, you're not gonna try to put that on an airplane. Let's hope not, everybody. So we wanted to talk about that today, and have some fun. But hey, let's keep the AI out of the airplane so we can feel uh, safe when we're up there. As safe as we can feel. Okay, so all right. Well, this is the end of this show, and we'll be back, and we're gonna try to keep the airplanes from falling out of the sky on Real Life Live. Okay.